Headphones. We all love them, we all use them. Sometimes we just want them to be awesome. Today we're going to look at three of the best. We're looking at the new Apple Airpods Max. We're going to compare them to the Beats Studio 3s, which are still the, premium over-ear headphones that Beats makes. And we're also going to look at the Sony XMs. I've got XM3s. They do have an XM4 that came out recently. Very similar headphone, looks and feels the same. Sounds pretty much identical. A couple of extra enhancements, Bluetooth to two devices at the same time, slightly longer battery life, but for the test today, sound quality is pretty much the same, and I had a pair of 3s already, so I didn't want to go and get some 4s. So look, what can I tell you? These are all audio noise cancelling headphones. ANC is the little acronym that you'll see when you're looking at headphones, trying to figure out what you want to go and buy. What that means is through some special voodoo, they will take the ambient sound around you, and they're going to drown that out so that you only hear what you want to hear through the headphones. They do it with varying degrees of success. The Beats are the oldest of the 3 headphones, and it shows pretty much across the board. Everything from the feel, the fit and finish. Look, there was nothing wrong with these headphones a few years ago when they came out, but now other folks have stepped the game up. Battery life is longer. Audio cancellation is stronger. Headphones are lighter weight. Battery life, take your pick. These are the old dogs, and they show it pretty much in every way when you look at them. Sony generally regarded as one of the strongest for noise cancellation. Bose as well. Personally, I don't think Bose sound quality is quite the same. That's why I don't have a set out here as well. I don't want to compare 4 sets of headphones. You don't see them, in as many places either. And then here comes Apple, the new guys with the new contender. AirPods Pro earbuds have superb audio noise cancellation. And did lightning strike twice? We're going to find out. So let's dig in and check out the headphones. So for today's testing, I did a couple different thing. I listened to a number of songs ranging from good old-fashioned gospel music all the way through to NF and Mansions and, up-to-date kind of rap. I wanted to put these through their paces and listen to different kinds of music to see whether that changed, which one was first, second, third place, or whether they pretty much ranked the same. And then after that, we did some test phone calls. And I want to talk about phone calls first because I'm a business guy. It's an entrepreneurial tech channel here, and we like to think about these things not just in terms of how cool is the tech, but how is it going to work in my day-to-day life. If I'm in the office making calls, working in a co-working space, I got ambient noise going on, it's a frat house with the beer on tap, depending on where you work. Are these things going to work for me? And I think the first thing is, look, they're all pretty decent. They all can make a good phone call. Beats definitely came in last place. It wasn't so clear for me as the caller. It wasn't so clear for the person on the other end as the listener. We did iPhone to iPhone and FaceTime audio calls to keep it consistent across all 3. Same network, same phone, same day, trying to keep as many variables stable as possible. Where it got interesting was between the Sony and the AirPods. So as the caller, I thought the AirPods were a little bit clearer. It was easier to hear the person talking. I mean, we're not talking a whole lot here. It was very, very close. On the other side, however, it wasn't so close. And the person that I was calling thought the Sonys were far superior for call quality. They could hear me better. They could hear me louder. And generally, they nailed it. So take it for what you will. If you care about your side of the call, maybe the AirPods are the way to go. If you care about their side of the call, maybe the Sonys are the way to go. But there was definitely a difference between the two. And I'm going to play around with them some more and see if I can figure out how to make that go away. From a music perspective, things got a little bit more interesting. You can see the playlist that I created. Look down in the comments below. I made a playlist on Spotify. It's public, so go check it out. And you can listen to all the songs. Most songs had a very similar pattern. The Beats typically came in third place. They were the most muffled. They were the least clear as far as the clarity of the audio coming through the headphone. They definitely do a good job of fitting around your head. The cushions are nice and soft. They fit real well. I can pop them on. For my ears, I could do with those pads to be a little bit bigger, so it makes a seal, but it doesn't make a great seal. It does block out a lot of the ambient noise, even with them turned off, just passively. And then when you turn it on, the noise cancellation kicks in as well. But pretty much for every song on the playlist, the Beats came out in last place. There was 1 or 2 songs where the bass definitely kicked in, but these aren't the Beats of days gone by where it's just an overload of bass and nothing else. So I did a test with a song called Hard Love by Need to Breathe, and they actually have done a couple of special versions of this song featuring different artists. One of the versions that's my favorite is with Andra Day. And about the 2 minute 30 mark, there's this section where she just kind of comes into her own and just wails for 15, 20 seconds as she's plowing through the scale or the range or whatever. Holy moly, if the AirPods weren't just unbelievable. The atmosphere, the emotion, everything just comes through on the song. This was probably my favorite song for all of this review with these three headphones. It just made the AirPods shine. A little bit of rock, a little bit of punch, definitely a good range. The beats, just don't even bother. There's nothing to say. Absolutely terrible. The Sonys were surprising. I went backwards and forwards with both headphones to make sure that I wasn't just dreaming this. But even between the two of them, the difference was such a jump up. If there was one song out of the 19 or 20 that I've got on my playlist that really highlights just how good the AirPods can be, that's the song. Need to Breathe, Hard Love, Andra Day. Go check it out. Okay, following up from that, Zach Williams, Chainbreaker. Probably my second favorite on the AirPods. Again, it blew the other ones away. The Sony and the Beats are in a different class completely. The AirPods definitely rule supreme between these three headphones on their own. Zach Williams, lots of range, lots of instruments, acoustic guitar. It's just a very emotional kind of full sounding song. And I think that's the key with these three headphones. If you're listening to something that's got a lot of range, it's got a lot of fullness in the music, lots of instruments, maybe multiple folks singing, and it's just a very full sound, that's where the AirPods really shine and come into their own. They stand a head and shoulder above everybody else. But if you're not listening to music like that, and it's a little bit simpler, it's a little bit more straightforward, minimal instruments, the rap wasn't as surprisingly different as I thought it would be. The bass, these are not tuned for bass at all. So for day-to-day kind of listening, I didn't think that there was enough of a jump or enough of a difference to warrant nearly double the price from the Sonys. Now, I'm not going to say I couldn't hear all of the music on all three headphones, because I could. But what was really surprising is when I put the AirPods on, I actually heard something like a violin just in the background, kind of over here, just faintly playing. And then when I went back to the others, I could hear it, but I'd never noticed it before. And the AirPods actually made me notice it without even knowing that I was looking for something missing. I know it's a small detail, but it's a little thing, and it was definitely interesting. Now listen, these might be plastic, and some people might not like that, but I gotta tell you, when you're wearing these on your head for any amount of time, I'm gonna go with every other reviewer out there that's had the same kind of comment. These things are heavy. I mean, they're just heavy, and it doesn't feel comfortable when you're wearing them for an hour or two. If I'm sat in the office and I'm going 3 or 4 hours with headphones on, I don't know that these are the headphones I would choose. Now, yeah, okay, the sound might be very slightly better, and I did all the sound comparisons on about 50% volume to keep it equal. But I think out of the three, my go-to headphones would be the Sonys. And we haven't even talked about the fact that the battery life on these things kills the other two. The noise cancellation is equal to or better than the AirPods overall, and definitely a cut above the Beats. But bang for your buck. Sony XMs all the way. $279, $289, you can get them on sale for about $225 or something like that. I don't know that there's a reason to spend the extra. If you want the look and the feel of the AirPods, great. I don't know how long that white's going to last, honestly, before it starts to look grubby. It's been a really fun, week and a half that I've been playing with these things. I definitely recognize the precision, the detail, just the enhanced premium feel of these. I just don't know if it's enough that it would make me want to go out and spend $550 on the AirPods versus that $279, $299 on the Sonys. Right now, I think the XM3s are great. I think the XM4s are going to be slightly better still. I think these are the headphones to beat for day-to-day use, for being in the office, for cancelling the noise, for long battery life, not dealing with some of the weird things that you get with, can't turn it off, it turns itself on. The second you get it out, it flashes up on my screen every 5 minutes if I touch it and move it. Things that sound like they're really useful features, but in day-to-day practice, they're not quite polished yet. I do still like the physical volume knob that spins around. I think that digital crown is a really nice touch. I definitely missed it on the others. I know you can do some touch controls, you can hold your hand over it, but look, we're simple, right? I don't want to remember a gesture and a this and a that, and every time I change my headphones, something else changes. A good old-fashioned dial that I can turn up and turn down, I got that one in my memory banks and I'm not going to forget it. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the comments. Pound for pound, dollar for dollar. If I was buying headphones today out of these three, the Sonys would get my mark. If they weren't an option, Beat Studios, I think, are just too dated. They're just too old-fashioned at this point. I'm sure they got some new ones up their sleeves, but right now they're pushing all the branding and energies into the Apple brand, and that's their choice, and that makes sense for them. Hey, let me know what you think. If you're enjoying your AirPods Max, leave me some comments below if you're still waiting on them. Hopefully I haven't spoiled the fun for you too much. Again, go check out the playlist on Spotify. I had a lot of fun putting those songs together. I had a lot of fun listening to them. Songs I know them well. I've heard them on my Sonos. I've heard them in the car. Definitely heard some different things on the headphones. But till next time, let's go out there and be amazing.